Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Getting pretty close to 21.8K subs, guys, so keep up the good work. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Really good promos, especially with FanDuel. New customers bet 5, get 200 in bonus bets if you win, so take advantage of that. And if you live in Pennsylvania, check out Bet365. They just launched in Pennsylvania, so check that out, guys. In the description below. Good way to get in on the action there. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate today, coming off a great day yesterday. We did very good. Let's see if we can have another good day here on a full slate. Starting with the Cleveland Guardians versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at -170. The Guardians +140 with the over-under at 8. Guardians coming into this matchup 61-41. Phillies 64-38. Pitching for the Guardians has been Lively with an ERA at 3.57. Pitching for the Phillies is Christopher Sanchez with an ERA at 2.89. Lively, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Sanchez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Cleveland coming off a Detroit loss. Phillies, they're coming off a Minnesota loss. Not a great Minnesota series for them there. Cleveland, they are just 1-7 on the road against the Phillies, so they've really had their struggles against the Phillies here, especially on the road. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers given up 2 runs in 2 consecutive games, and then had a bad third game there. I'm liking the Phillies at home today only because Guardians, they've really struggled on the road against the Phillies, and that's a stat I really like to see because it really does mean something. And Cleveland not really playing that great right now, so I think it's a good spot for the Phillies, and I'll take Philadelphia at home. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the Detroit Tigers. Minnesota opening up as road favorites at -170. Detroit +140 with the over-under at 8. Minnesota coming into this matchup 56-45. Detroit 51-53. Pitching for the Twins is Pablo Lopez with an ERA of 4.86. Pitching for Detroit is Keeter Montero with an ERA of 5.97. Lopez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Montero, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Montero coming off back-to-back 5-run games here, but he did have that 0-run game 3 games ago, so he's definitely more than capable, that's for sure, of having a good game. Minnesota coming off a Phillies win. They're not really playing that well right now, just 4-6 in their last 10. Detroit coming off a Cleveland win after a rough 2 games there. Minnesota just 2-5 on the road against Detroit. They've had their struggles against Detroit. Detroit 4-1 at home, play well at home. Lopez coming off 2 good games, but he's had his bad games. 3 games ago, he gave up 6 runs here. I just think too much value for Detroit today. Twins aren't really playing that well this last week or so. I'm liking the big underdog value at home for the Tigers here. So, yeah, give me Detroit +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over-under at 7.5. Reds coming into this matchup 49-53. The Rays 52-51. Pitching for the Reds is Nick Lodolo with an ERA at 3.51. Pitching for the Rays is Shane Baz with an ERA at 3.95. Lodolo, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Baz, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 1 strikeout. The Reds on a 2-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back Atlanta wins. Tampa Bay, they're coming off a 13-0 win against Toronto. Nice win for them. From what I saw, it looks like it's finalized, but Tampa Bay, they traded Randy Arozarena to Seattle. That's the news I woke up to this morning. So Won't have him in the lineup there. Cincinnati is 6-3 on the road against Tampa Bay here. 4-2 against Tampa. They've been very good against Tampa. Both pitchers give up runs here in a pick'em scenario. I don't know. Tampa Bay, losing Arozarena, which is definitely a big loss from the lineup. But tough matchup here. I like that the Red, in a pickup scenario, I'm going to just roll with the numbers here. Reds have been good against them, especially on the road, and I'm going to take the Reds money line on the road today. Next matchup, we've got the San Diego Padres versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at -200. The Padres +160 with the over-under at 9. Padres coming into this matchup 55-50. Baltimore 61-41. Pitching for the Padres is Adam Mazur with an ERA of 7.84. Pitching for Baltimore is Grayson Rodriguez with an ERA of 3.83. Mazur, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Mazur, his last 3 starts, he's given up 5, 4, and 4 here. So he's been getting lit up on the mound. Padres playing well, though. 5-game winning streak, coming off a national sweep. Baltimore coming off a rough Miami series. They were able to win last game 7-6, but struggled in those other 2 games there. Padres, though, you look at the numbers. They're 5-2 against Baltimore, 6-1 on the road against Baltimore. They've been very good against Baltimore here. So yeah, I really like I would like the Padres, but not with Mazur on the mound. This really isn't a team you want to give up 4 or 5 runs on. Because, Mazur has just not been good on the mound here. And Rodriguez, been decent. He's had his rough games, but he's been solid here. But, I think I got to take the Orioles at home today. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at -120. The Rangers +100 with the over-under at 8. Rangers coming into this matchup 51-52. Toronto 46-56. Pitching for the Rangers is Andrew Heaney with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for Toronto is Yusei Kikuchi with an ERA of 4.54. Heaney, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Kikuchi, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Kikuchi coming off some rougher starts, giving up 4 and 7 runs in his last 2. Heaney been solid, only giving up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. Rangers, they're on a nice streak right now. They're on a 5-game winning streak, coming off a 4-game winning streak, 4-game sweep against the White Sox. Played very well in that series. Toronto, they just lost 13-0 to Tampa Bay. Toronto has not been good. They've been pretty bad here. And I don't think they should be favorites over anyone right now. The way they're playing, I just don't like it. Rangers, they're 6-0 against Toronto. 5-2 on the road. Yeah, great underdogs today. Maybe the line changes today, but as I'm recording, Rangers are underdogs here. So, give me Rangers +1.5 on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at -140. The Braves +115 with the over-under at 7.5. Braves coming into this matchup 54-47. The Mets 54-48. Pitching for the Braves is Charlie Morton with an ERA of 3.92. Pitching for the Mets is Kadai Senga with an ERA of 0. Looks like Senga's making his return this season because he's been hurt. Was solid though last season. He was very good on the mound. Morton, he's coming off a 1-run game, then a 4 and a 3. Hasn't been amazing on the mound. Atlanta losing a tough one yesterday to the Mets, 3-2. Atlanta struggling. They're on a 5-game losing streak right now. And you got the Mets. They're still playing great. 4-game winning streak. Been playing good this whole month. Mets 6-1 at home. Yeah, I'm liking the Mets, man. They're hot. They're playing great. They're hitting well. Braves on a bit of a decline, struggling right now. Give me the Mets at home today. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. Yankees opening up as road favorites at -130. Boston +110 with the over-under at 9.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 60 and 44. Boston 54 and 47. Pitching for the Yankees is Nestor Cortez with an ERA of 3.99. Pitching for Boston is Brian Bello with an ERA of 5.27. Cortez, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 1 strikeout. Bello, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Yankees on a 2-game losing streak. Haven't played that well. 4 and 6 in their last 10. Boston, they're not playing well either. They're 1 and 5 in their last 6. Yankees are just 1 and 4 against Boston, so they've struggled against the Red Sox here. And not a matchup I love because Cortez, man, he's gotten lit up his last 2 games. He's given up 6 and 5 runs. Bello hasn't been amazing either here, but with the Yankees struggling, I'll take a shot with Boston plus 1.5 at home today. Next matchup, we've got the Chicago Cubs versus the Kansas City Royals. Royals opening up as home favorites at minus 150. The Cubs plus 125 with the over-under at 9. Cubs coming into this matchup 49 and 55. The Royals 56 and 47. Pitching for the Cubs is Kyle Hendricks with an ERA of 6.69. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 3.0. Hendricks, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Singer, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Cubs coming off back-to-back Brewers losses, didn't really play that well that series. Royals coming off back-to-back Arizona losses here. The Cubs are just 2 and 5 against the Royals, haven't played that well head-to-head here. Hendricks hasn't been great on the mound. I mean, he gives up runs. That's kind of what he does. I'm liking the Royals at home today. I don't like Hendricks on the mound. Cubs aren't really playing well. They're just 4 and 6 in their last 10. And I think I'm going to take the shot at the Royals at home today. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Dodgers plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Dodgers coming into this matchup 62 and 42. Astros 53 and 49. Pitching for the Dodgers is Gavin Stone with an ERA of 2.83. Pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 3.89. Stone, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Valdez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Dodgers coming off a Giants win. They're playing well right now. They are 6 and 1 in their last 7. Houston coming off an Oakland win after a rough Oakland series. Dodgers 8 and 4 against Houston. They've been good head to head here. Houston, they're 10 and 2 at home. Good home team. Valdez been good on the mound. Stone's been good. He's had a rough couple games. He is coming off a 1-run game though. But I'm liking Dodgers as dogs. Look, you don't get the Dodgers as underdogs too often here, so I always like to take advantage of it. They're actually, the last time they were underdogs was against Detroit, and they won that game 4-3. So yeah, give me the Dodgers plus 1.5 on the road today. Next matchup, we've got the Miami Marlins versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 225. The Marlins plus 180 with the over-under at 7.5. Marlins coming into this matchup 37 and 66. The Brewers 59 and 43. Pitching for the Marlins is Trevor Rogers with an ERA of 4.59. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 3.88. Rogers, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Miami coming off a Baltimore loss, played well in that series though. Brewers, they're coming off back-to-back Cubs wins, 5 and 1 in their last 6, playing well this last week. Miami 1 and 6 on the road, not a good road team. I do like Peralta on the mound, coming off a very good start for Peralta. Rogers, he's just 1-9 as a pitcher here. Hasn't been a part of many wins. Hasn't been horrible these last 3 games here, but I like the Brewers. I like Peralta on the mound, and I'll take the Brewers at home. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Chicago White Sox. Seattle opening up as road favorites at -160. The White Sox +130 with the over-under at 7.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 53-51. The White Sox 27-78. Pitching for Seattle is George Kirby with an ERA of 3.06. Pitching for the White Sox is Drew Thorpe with an ERA of 3.03. Kirby, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Thorpe, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Seattle, a bad stretch for Seattle. They're 2-8 in their last 10, coming off 3 straight Angel losses. But then you got the White Sox. They've lost their last 10 plus. I think it's like 11, 12 or so. Maybe it's a little higher. The losing streak they're on, that's very bad for them. Seattle dealing with a bunch of injuries though. No JP Crawford, Julio Rodriguez. They did just make that big trade for Arozarena. I'm sure he won't be in the lineup today. But Seattle is 6-2 against the White Sox. I mean, man, it's been bad for the White Sox. Seattle surely can bounce back here. They got a great matchup here. There's just no chance I can take the White Sox with how awful they've been. I can't do it. I'd trust in the Seattle more to get a win than White Sox. So I'll take Seattle on the road here. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at -170. The Nationals +140 with the over-under at 7.5. Nationals coming into this matchup 47-56. The Cardinals 53-49. Pitching for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 4.47. Pitching for the Cardinals is Sonny Gray with an ERA of 3.54. Gore, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. He's coming off a 3, 4, and 5 run game here. Gray hasn't been better. He's coming off a 5, 3, and 5 run game in his last 3. So both pitchers giving up a lot of runs here. Washington coming off a 3-game losing streak against the Padres. St. Louis coming off a Pirates loss. Probably the least favorite game on this slate, guys. Probably stay away. I mean, it's pretty ugly. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs. Maybe the over is a decent play, with both pitchers just getting lit up here. But it's crazy because the over-under is pretty low at 7.5. So we might get some hits today. Yeah, I think I gotta take a shot with the underdog here in a bad matchup. I'll take the Nationals +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Oakland Athletics versus the Los Angeles Angels. Oakland opening up as road favorites at -120. The Angels +100 with the over-under at 9. Oakland coming into this matchup 42-63. The Angels 45-58. Pitching for Oakland is Mitch Spence with an ERA of 4.67. Pitching for the Angels is Carson Fulmer with an ERA of 3.66. Spence, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Fulmer, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Oakland beating LA yesterday 6-5 in a close one. LA still playing great. They're playing very good right now. Oakland just 2-8 on the road against the Angels. They haven't been that great on the road against the Angels. Was able to sneak one yesterday. Spence hasn't been that great. He's coming off a 2-run game, but he gave up 6 and 4 2 games prior. Fulmer has only pitched twice this season. Gave up 3 last game, but had a 0-run game against Seattle in his first start. I'm liking the Angels plus money at home here. I'll run it back. Give me Angels +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at -175. The Pirates +140 with the over-under at 8. Pirates coming into this matchup 52-50. Arizona 53-50. Pitching for the Pirates is Luis Ortiz with an ERA of 2.57. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 3.64. Ortiz, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, Gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. He's been very good on the mound here, giving up 1 run in 3 starts. Allen coming off a 0-run game, but his 2 games prior, he gave up 6 and 4 runs. Pittsburgh coming off a St. Louis win. Arizona on a 2-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back Royals wins. Pittsburgh. They've struggled against Arizona, 1 and 4 against Arizona, 2 and 9 on the road against Arizona. So they have not played well against the Diamondbacks. But Ortiz has just been very good here. And I don't know. I'm liking the value with Pittsburgh today. I know they haven't been good against them, but they are good on the road. They're 6-1 on the road here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a shot with the Pirates today. I like them plus 1.5 on the road. Then the last matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -180. The Rockies plus 140 with the over/under at 8. Rockies coming into this matchup 38-65. The Giants 49-55. Pitching for the Rockies is Kyle Freeland with an ERA at 5.62. Pitching for the Giants is Kyle Harrison with an ERA at 3.86. Freeland, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Harrison, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Rockies coming off a 20-7 win against Boston. I mean, man, that was pretty crazy. The Giants, they're coming off a rough Dodgers series, winning one of the 4 there. They just played the Rockies in the 3-game series. They went 1-2, so they won one of those games. Rockies look good at home though, but now Giants at home in this series. For the Rockies, 0-8 on the road against the Giants here. So it's a big difference when they're on the road. Harrison been solid his last 2 starts. Actually, his last start was against the Rockies, and he pitched 5 innings. Gave up no runs and had 6 strikeouts. So he was very good against the Rockies in his last meeting. Freeland, he pitched last time against the Giants and he gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. Yeah, with how bad the Rockies have been on the road against San Fran, give me the Giants at home today. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Oh, hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.